any woman that disrespects you in your life. And I'm going to exclude a few women. And the woman that I'm going to exclude is your mother and your grandmother. Because, your mother, that's your mother. She birthed you. Your grandmother is your mother's mother. So she's like an extended mother to you. So you have to give them grace. I believe you always give them grace. Your parents, I believe you always give them great grace. And that goes for your father and your mother. You see, in our community, we like to only uplift the mother, and then we downgrade or disrespect the father. And that's not correct. That's not correct. That's not a good mentality to have. Both should be honored. Both should be honored. Now, anything outside of that, you have no obligations. I don't care if it's a cousin. I don't care if it's an auntie. I don't care if it's a sister. I don't care who it is. You do not have any obligations to accept disrespect. Okay? If somebody's disrespecting you, not respecting you as a man, you don't have to put up with them at all. Okay? You do not have to put up with them at all. Period. All right? So grow a backbone. And if you see this happening, what you should do is cut them off and ignore them. Understand that for women, attention is an important thing for them. It's like it's like a narcotic. It's an important thing to them. Okay? So all you got to do is ignore. You see these women make a particular post that's disrespecting man or disrespecting a black man or whatever the case may be. You see that everywhere on TikTok and all around, right? What you should do is not engage. Don't be typing, oh, this is not right. Even if you know it's wrong, even if you know it's stupid, it's silly, just ignore it. Just ignore it and ignore them. Period. That's it. Okay? That's all you got to do. That's how you hold the power. You don't be just going back and forth and having them to take your energy. I'm preserving my energy. Okay? I'm preserving my energy. I'm not going to go and type and waste, my keyboard battery for nonsense. Things that don't matter. Because I'm moving forward. This is the mentality you have to have. But see, that's a mentality of confidence and not needing that individual. Because you don't need that individual. I don't know who told you needed that individual. And the fact that you act like you need that individual is why they have power over you in the first place. And why they'll continue to disrespect you. Okay? Any woman that disrespects you in your life, you can cut them off. All right? Outside of those women that I said. Why am I saying that? Because you have a special obligation to those women. Your mother, your grandmother. That's it. Everything else is open season, man. All right? So blood, it's blood. Your blood is thicker than water. Hey, there's a lot of family members that'll do you more dirty than your worst enemy in the world. Let me say that again. There's a lot of your family members that'll do you worse than your worst enemy in the world. And I've seen it, and I'm sure you've seen it. So don't give me that. All right? Your family are those in a bad situation that will uplift you. That's your family. It starts there. Okay? And I'm not saying to just cut people off willy-nilly, but if it becomes disrespectful, and I'm specifically talking about the women in your life right now. I'm talking specifically about the women in your life right now. That's what I'm talking about. The women in your life. Because in our society, specifically in the black community, there's a very much a weakness towards the woman. There's a deification of the woman in the black community. Literally a deification. It's only been the past 5 years that they've even been under any spotlight. But when you see it and you see the mentality of these men, a lot of these men are women in a man's body. Their mentality is that of women, but they're in a man's body. I'm telling you, man, it's disgusting to watch. But this is what we see when you look out into the world. When a real man looks at that, he says, man, this is nasty work. Nasty work. Deion Sanders, right? He's a legend, right? You know, he's a brother that keeps himself together, still looks good in his older age. And they're getting mad at him for dating Karrueche because she's in her 30s. I mean, that's a super grown woman. What are you talking about? She's at the point of geriatric pregnancy. What are you talking about? What's the problem? First of all, I understand the women, they're hating. Ultimately, the women that are talking are hating, okay? Because they might be past their prime or whatever the case may be. But there's men with the same exact view as them. It's like, what's going on here? Why would a man be mad about this? It's ridiculous. Even them, if a woman does it, they got no problem with that. They go, oh, you go, girl, you go. So why would a man be thinking about that in a negative light? Because he has the same mentality of his mama, because he probably was only raised by his mom. Like I said, he's a woman in a man's body, and those dudes that be doing emotional things and unaliving people. Okay, for small things, stepping on their shoe, because they're fully emotional, but they're emotional with a lot of testosterone in them, which is dangerous, very dangerous. You call yourself kings, right? Oh, I'm a king, I'm this, I'm that. We come from royalty. A lot of you like to say that, right? Kings don't take disrespect from their women. True kings do not take disrespect from their women. All right? They do not. There's incidences of queens that disrespected kings, and they were kicked out of their queenship. They were kicked out of their position because they disobeyed or disrespected their king. Because they had a true masculine mindset. They didn't have a mindset of weakness and allowing somebody to disrespect them. Now, there are certain kings that did, and what happened to them? They crumbled. They crumbled. She became the ruler. So that's not a mentality of strength. I'm not the type to take disrespect like that. I'll cut you off in an instant. Of course, there's levels, but there's a certain level where it's like, nah, man, this is unacceptable. She's just comfortable. She just likes the disrespect. That's not gonna fly. That's not gonna fly with me. So I just want to speak on that, so brothers, kind of take that in and think about that, man. Do you keep certain women in your life that disrespect you? Think about, do you have any respect for yourself? If you're not putting your foot down, I would say you lack respect for yourself. So with that, I'm out. Till the next time.